Here we are again. And a warm welcome to one and all. If this is your first time here, I have a very knackered, scruffy trade. Because it's just after 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm about to start the charts and have a look at Morningstar. And what's Morningstar, for those who've never seen it before? Well, it's basically building a pot from the ground up. In other words, started with a small balance. We started this last month with 350 and we traded it up, and I drew a little bit of money out of it at the end of the month. And now I'm starting this month with a bigger balance and enough money to sort of, well, go part way to pay for a treat when I'm away this Thursday. And that's what trading is. It's little steps over and over. And then as those little steps get stronger, you naturally get more money, and that's trading in the real world, not La La Land, where you think you're going to flip your 200 quid into $1 million in a year, or whatever new shiny bollocks happens to be in the mind's eye at the time. It's a job, and you have to treat it like a job. That's why I'm up at this time in the morning. Bloody hell. Anyway, so if you want to see trading in the real world, and you like this sort of thing, do click the subscribe and like button. Genuinely helps. And for future updates, just drop down in the description. You'll find my Twitter feeds and we'll crack on. So where are we up to? Well, let's have a little look. Well, this month we're up to nowhere because we're just starting afresh. So our balance now is 391. If you check the others, you'll see them grow. And we're coming into April. I do like to use these spreadsheets. I do implore that you journal. Journaling genuinely helps you work your way through your trades. Now, I do need to fill in the target section because the idea was originally to double the account. Oh. Is that for me?
It is, yeah.
Fantastic. Need me coffee because we all know Scruffy likes a coffee. Likes Winky as well. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, the target section I'll fill in fully this morning as we start. I should have really done it across the weekend, but I forgot. Why? Because I've had the weekend off. I've had a nice long weekend. So there's 2 months of that left. Now, what it does is it keeps you on focus as to where you want to be. Now, originally, I wanted to double the account, so that's 700. I said do it in 3 months. Well, we're now a month down, so I've got 2 months left, and that is what I need to achieve roughly over the course of the next 2 months. Now, I'm not putting any splits in at the moment because we can't afford it. Whoops. So it'll be one split rather. In other words, one position, which is 79B. So what I have to start doing is trying to work out a reasonable middle of the road gain. Now, if I go about 2%, that gives me 7 quid. Now, it is below the 1 day target, but it's reasonable because these are early stages and we're just starting to gather pace, and I don't want to overstress the account. Because one of the other parts with targeting and sort of the R rates, as everybody bangs on about, is you can actually box yourself into a hole and force a trade that isn't there. When the account is small, you just have to take what you can get and then build it up gradually. All right? But it helps you keep on track, is what I'm driving at. So let me get the charts up and we'll have a little look. So quickly fill this in. So we start with 391.36. The risk is still pretty brutal. Well, it's not risk, it's investment. I'm going to change that actually. see the other videos and you'll see my theory on stops, because I look at stop and I look at profit completely separate. They are not symbiont. The stops have one job: protect the account. That's it. That has nothing to do with how much profit you're getting out of it. So let me just drop this down, because that's filled in, and we can see what we're looking at. Okay, so just move that up. It's the Morningstar account, so it's all nice and clean, and we can see it's starting to push up. It's around here. Now it's done that for a number of hours. I can see the smaller candles coming in, so I think looking at it, it possibly might recede slightly, but I do have plenty of room to get from there to there and get my 10 pips, which is all I'm after. And it's cable I'm looking at today, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to be looking for a reasonable entry to get into this market. I've got the arena already marked out, and as you see, it's just chopping along quite nicely, and look to get our 10 pips, get in, get out. Everyone's a winner. So let me do the trade, and I'll come back to you when I finish my coffee and finish the trade. Okay guys, let's come back and hit the stop. So we stopped out for this morning. Everything that I'm doing is account protection, because I'm just grinding away at it. So it might look like small wins, but it's a win. And if you start with 0 and end with 1 every day, you'll make money. If you start with 0, swing for the fences, and try to be a hero in La La Land, you will end with 0. And that's what trading is. It is just being meticulous and constantly working your way forward. And as long as each single day has a growth, doesn't matter. Not at all. You know, only the ding-dongs talk about huge wins. Only the ding-dongs talk about how they're going to be a millionaire next year. But when the proof's in the pudding, they can't do it. Why? Let you one work that out. I have numerous names for them. But dreamers is, I guess, is the politically correct one. They just dream about it. They don't do it. So this is what we've done. It is very small today, but we pulled a 5er in, which really isn't too bad. 501. So if I pull in this sheet, started working on it this morning, but collectively we've just made 501 for the morning. So all right, it's not the biggest win in the world or anything like that, but it's a green day, which is a good day, and we've increased the balance by 1.2%. Tell me a bank that will give you 1% in one day. Not one. So we're back on our little journey, and we'll keep going along, chugging and chugging. And I'll stick with Forex till it does its 700, and then that's kind of the task that was set out to me. And then as we move forward, well, we'll just see what happens, because there's no reason why you can't use the DAX at the moment. I don't particularly want to, because it would put too much stress on the account anyway. You need at least 500 to start with the DAX. But I could say, look at FTSE. The FTSE's not too bad this time in the morning. Any market that'll move is a good market. And one of the things that I would suggest, if you are doing something like Morningstar. Now, Morningstar is a strategy. It's the name of the strategy that I'm doing, but it's also because it is done in the morning. Hence its name, Morningstar. It's a very, very simplistic strategy, because it shows you a direction and it gives you an idea of the entry points, and then you just have to manage it. But what I'm driving at is, it's also kind of product specific. It needs to be a fast product in order to trade it. So you want to be looking at DAX, you want to be looking at cable, euro, dollar to a degree, oil, maybe, FTSE, but something that'll move relatively quickly between the hours of 6 a.m. and 8. And why do I pull out before 8 o'clock? Because I have been asked that a few times. Oh, well, it all moves at 8 o'clock. If I'm not entrenched into it and it risk-free, I won't enter it, because trying to trade the open is literally a lottery. And the odds are stacked against you. Just let the market do its thing and then come back to it maybe it's an hour later. So I hope that helps. We'll do it all again tomorrow. And as always, do drop your comments and your likes. And if you want to follow it, you'll find it on Twitter. And if you're stuck, go down in the description. There's loads of links in there that I try and give you some value. There's a 5% discount code off the 5% as prop firm. So if you want a fully funded account, that link will automatically give you a discount. If you're looking for a good broker, there are the brokers that I use. Look for BlackBull. They currently have 500-to-1 leverage at the time of the video, which is one of the best out there at the moment. Loads of products, tight spreads, and I use them as well. So that's something. And there's resources on books and things like that. So knock yourself out. Go down and have a little look, and you'll see all about the Scruffy Squad as well. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.